Yeah, then I can use standing one on that. Keep short hopping when I try to down poke my turn back. I'm gonna have to use a slower mid. Wonder if you can down to it as he comes in. Hey, you can, it just trades.
Yeah, but you can anti-air him in the 7 trade with down 1. So you have a timer right. Because I know Joe Jackson did that to me a lot of times. He did down 1, anti-air, you get a combo with it.
I tried to meet him in the air. Why did he was gonna jump? Why didn't I just low fan? Well, because if I low fan him and he jumps, he wins. That's why. Alright, got a sizable lead now. I don't think he's gonna block on Wake. Oh! My booty. It should have landed, goddammit. There he punished it. Yeah, he's gonna have that combo. I just let him get back in the goddamn game. Okay, let's build another sizable lead. Why would I jump? Dude just walked up and raw fataled.
Oh, wow.
I tried to use my standing one because I thought he was going to do something that was slow. Apparently it wasn't fast enough though. That's a really shitty by me because I was getting this dude the first 2 matches. Oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes it is what it is. What do we got? I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Not even going to try. Hara Jaku. There we go. No, I don't have time for this. I hate when people do that. I'll take the L. Like, God, man. Waste everybody's time. Alright, I guess I could. That thing where he slams his fist on the ground creates that tidal wave. Is that safe?
If the meter burns it.
Only if your meter burns it?
I believe so. Yeah, if you use container stand 1, I believe it punishes. It's like as is getting up. But if you meter burn it, then it's a 4 like plus or something like that.
So that's the water plunge. There's tidal wave, geyser kick, evaporate. Where is his?
Tidal wave.
I'm talking about his air thing.
There's not enough variation. It's an God of Lightning.
Gator, woke.
That's the same variation I use if you need help with anything. You can add the air with, like I said, with down 1, so you can do a combo for it. With back 4, 3, down.
Alright, so here's his quantum slice. How do you fall to the ground with it, though?
Gotta hold down.
Got it.
Ooh, that down, ooh, nice. Nice, I put my tongue. Yeah, you can answer air, that's what I meant. Ooh, and you get the combo? I mean, the question goes, that's crazy.
Yep.
But if you're like me, I fade it out sometimes. I fade someone to press the button, and I just do a regular jump, and then punish them, or will punish them.
There we go. Shit. This is a 27% off anti-air off that.
Counter variations, like the perfect counter to that variation of rain is Morocco with the command grab and the spikes. Because it stops anything in the air.
Yeah, meanwhile I have to do some risky, like, anti-airs like that if I'm Katana.
Yeah.
Like, for most combo, the back 2 anti-air is probably the best that I can think of right now, because I can combo that into fan real quick, and then go into 1-2 lift. That's hard as shit, though, I'll be honest. See how my 2 keeps coming out? It's because I'm hitting my 1-2 too soon. To where it's not registering with the game. That's how that should actually fucking look, but it's just hard as shit for me to execute for some reason. There's a small window after that high fan hits, where any inputs you put in aren't going to register with the game. That's something NRS put in at release when they realized that she could combo off her fans a little too much to their liking, and so that's how they nerfed it. But it still can keep them afloat after you do a few unorthodox things to where you can still continue the combo. I just rarely use it because how hard it is to execute. See, look. See how I hit 1-2 on that, but it's only getting the 2 out?
Yeah.
I want to just be, I think maybe just the easier combo would be something like down 1 into low fan. Because I think she's too far away from my back down 3 to work. See, look at that.
It's crazy that even Sonic Fox struggles with that variation of rain against stuff for Shaman.
He struggles against it?
Yep. Really badly. Mighty Unjust went against him a couple months ago with Battle Lightning variation. And Sonic was getting his ass whooped. He was like, what the fuck is this variation? He put an anti-air, he could put him in the boat, so.
Well, I think the safest anti-air against this is to flawless block it, because there's so much startup to this shit that it's just a timing issue. It's not even particularly difficult. Once I see that, if I would have thought of that during the set, I'd have been like, okay, just next time that nigga goes in the air, just try to time it. I want to play that nigga again. Now, that nigga shouldn't have beat me. I'm mad about that. Fucking robbed me with my own fucking technique. Wake up fatal. Watch any college football yesterday?
I didn't even know it was on yesterday. It was?
Yeah, a lot of big games were on. Georgia and Clemson played.
Holy shit.
Georgia won 10-0. It was a defensive game. They held Clemson to -2 rushing yards.
Oh, wow.
Passing yards was almost as bad, and the only reason Georgia scored at all is because it was off a pick 6. It was a pure defense game. Clemson, Georgia couldn't really move the... Well, Georgia moved the ball better against Clemson. It's just whenever they got in a position where they could score, they either missed a field goal or they just couldn't pull through. Clemson was just dominated throughout, and the only reason Georgia scored again was because of a pick 6 towards the end of the first half.
Oh, okay.
So now Georgia's probably going to be in a position that it wished it was in, I'd say, for the last 4 to 5 years. Because if you pay attention to college football, the University of Georgia has always been a top 10 team. But if they don't win their conference championship against Alabama 9 times out of 10, that means that they're not in the college football playoff. But now, since they beat a top 5 team, the first game into the season, number 3 ranked, they're in a spot where realistically they could run the table in their division, go to the conference championship, lose to Alabama, and they would still have a very strong case to make the playoff because of that win against Clemson. Because it used to be, since Alabama and Georgia were always top 5 teams, and Georgia would always lose in the conference championship, that they would always be on the outside looking in. Because there was always another team in another conference that was arguably better, that had less losses than they did. So, but yeah, it is. So now you're probably going to see, if you ever wanted the internet and like talk on forums about sports, right now, today, I guarantee you're going to find a lot of Georgia fans that are going to act as if they just won the national championship last night. And so, because now it's like a spot in the playoff for Georgia, it's their spot to lose. It's like that spot is almost guaranteed. If they do as well as they're projected to against these other opponents, if they beat Florida, if they beat other teams in their division and they make that conference championship, their ticket is already punched in.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. I was watching the Florida Gators pregame, and a lot of the players because I didn't know this was a thing, but there's a thing at the University of Florida called the Gator Walk, right? And it's the walk that all of the players do to their respective locker room in their home stadium. Before every game. It's a long home tradition there. And a lot of these players, you got to remember, they played to empty stands. last year due to the pandemic. But now that everybody's out and about and people give less of a fuck, it was fucking packed. And so a lot of people that were like sophomores this year, that were freshmen last year, never got to experience their first Gator Walk until yesterday. And I was just kind of watching that in awe and being like, imagine feeling like a goddamn celebrity before a football game, you know, like that. Going through this Gator Walk, because the Gator Walk isn't just like a straightforward path. It's blocked heavily by Florida Gator fans, by Florida Gator alum, by Florida Gator students. And so they all want to see the athletes, you know, and they want to, you know, and it's like, man, I could only imagine what it was like for them yesterday. They probably felt like they were fucking kings.
Yeah, sure. I feel the same way, to be honest.
I mean, I played football in high school, and I was never. I'm not going to be one of the people that said that would say, "Oh, I'd be in the NFL if it weren't for my bum knee." No, I'm not that type of guy. The truth of the matter is, as a freshman, I didn't play. As a sophomore, I didn't play. As a junior, I didn't play. But after my junior season, I met the wrestling coach at my high school that had been trying to get me to wrestle for like about a year and for the last year and a half, and I always turned him down. Well, he came to me after the season and was like, "You play for me for a year and you work with me, and you'll never sit on a bench again, son." And at this point, it was literally like, okay, what do I have to lose? I'm going to follow this guy. And the guy eventually earned my trust, and I grew to love him. Say what? What?
What was Aaron Black's prime? He plays like Chogan, if you remember him. So you have to condition him with a wake up at 3, so he gets afraid he can wake up button.
I know who this guy is. Before I started streaming, I played him earlier. And
Yeah.
I'm just kind of dicking around right now because I was telling you the story, but.
That makes sense. Don't stop, man. I'm telling you.
I ended up growing to love this coach, and I wrestled junior varsity my junior year because the guy above me was a contender for the state title at heavyweight, and then I wrestled with him over the summer, and then I started to do really well. Fargo, North Dakota is probably is home to like the big national tournament for freestyle wrestling in Graco. And I was technically one match away from going, but I could never, in 2 tournaments actually, and I just could never pull through at the last match. And but then at that time I started getting noticed for football, and then a lot of the same teammates and coaches that always kind of turned their nose up at me was now looking forward for me being their starting defensive lineman that year. And things kind of took off for about 3 months. I remember going to as a team, we went to a college camp where a bunch of teams went and kind of scrimmaged and did a lot of shit, like for joint practices and stuff, and I got noticed by the coaching staff there, and they wanted to seriously talk about recruiting me. And then the season started, and I had a few okay games, but towards the end I really started to shit the bed. And since I never paid attention to my grades or anything at the time, at the end of the day, I was just an average at best defensive lineman who may or may not be able to take to the next level with a shitty ACT score and shitty grades, so it never worked out. And then my downturn continued into wrestling when I wrestled varsity, and I only had like a .500 record. But despite all of that, you know, like I think that year and a half was probably the best years, some of the best years of my life. Some of the best times of my life, just because, and to me it was never about, well, at least to me now when I look back at it, it's not as much about as what could have been and what I did. It was more, I didn't even think I was capable of doing it, and yet there I was. It was more about the journey than anything else. And shit, man, if there was one point in time I'd go back to that. And it wouldn't be to change things. It wouldn't be to ensure that I win or things like that. It would just be to experience that journey all over again, you know, and just kind of see the growth and kind of see going from a guy that was at the bottom of the depth chart in his high school team and disregarded so much that I got left on the last game of my junior year. The bus left me, and no one even noticed I was gone, you know. To go from that to a fucking starter that was actually well respected, it just did wonders for me, man. it gave me the courage to do other things, to make other changes, especially after high school, in order to better myself. And I owe that to that coach. God rest his soul. He died in 2013 with cancer.
Oh, damn. That's so good. Well, I'm glad you was that good at wrestling, though.
I mean, I was a better football player. It's just that wrestling helped me kind of get the confidence to realize how good I could be, or how good I could have been. And it actually helped me grow a fucking spine and stick up for myself in certain situations where I was pushed around, because I had to earn the respect on that team. You know, I was still kind of like the guy that would kind of get picked on or constantly disrespected. They didn't disrespect me my senior year, because I fucked a few people up, and it is what it is. Oh shit, that was weird. Good shit. I'm not really paying attention. What do you even do? Did I just mash on hit all that, or what? I don't even know.
I wasn't really paying attention. I was just doing it, so.
Oh, this guy thinks he's top shit because he fucking beat me when I was talking to you. Okay, buddy. What is his name? Edwin Marine? Note that down, because next time I see him again, I'm going to shut the fuck up and I'm fucking him up.
Yeah.
Yep, that's just a little more background on me. I've always wondered if I could talk, if I could talk to him one last time, and I could just tell him where I'm at now, what he would think. What I wouldn't give to talk to that man again. The guy was.
Alright, don't let it get you down.
No, it's not that it's getting me down or anything like that. Don't get it twisted. It's more of just curiosity, you know. What happened. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And but there's always that lingering question, and I'm pretty sure everyone asks themselves, what if, you know? Maybe we go to these hypotheticals because we have nothing to look forward to in our normal lives, and so we like to go in these hypotheticals. Or maybe, no, I don't think that's what it is at all. We go into those what ifs because we're naturally a curious we're naturally a curious species, and we're always pushing. We're always trying to be better or get more, and in the pursuit of that, we always look back at decisions that were either questionable or wrong in hindsight and wonder, what if I would have did something differently? This is something everyone experiences. Alright, who's this guy? Okay.
Well, you just want to get them, I believe.
Did he play Katana? I don't think I would remember with a mirror.
I don't think so. He was like, oh, I want to do like big roles, so I'm going to choose Katana. So,
Well, he's already partially there because he likes to do random booties, and he knows how to get a KB off that. And he flutters in the air to fuck with people. I saw that throw coming a mile. Oh, micro duck. Oh, where's my hit confirm? Oh, why didn't that punish? What the fuck? That has like almost it has double-digit frame recovery. I couldn't punish that? I was just too slow.
Alright, I'm gonna get a Twizzler real quick. I'll be right back.
Twizzler? I haven't had those. I haven't even seen one of those in years.
Yeah, I like the like different flavor Twizzlers. Those are good. I'm actually gonna bring my controller with me, so I have to still talk to you.
Good shit, man. Got mopped.
What do you want?
Good shit, I got mopped. So I think this guy got his main, got a little serious. So let me try to. I think the last couple of fights I've just kind of dicked around. I'm going to try to actually play here and try to learn something. Why would I wake up 3 there when he was in the air? I probably thought he was gonna land, but that flutter's a bitch, yeah. Ooh, nice micro duck, dude.
This thing got my list water like a motherfucker. I really just... well, I'll tell you in a second.
Ah, down to the fucking flutter. Why is my timing so off? Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus, jump. Oh, now he doesn't fucking jump. I wanted to wake up Fatal if he was gonna take the air. Wow. I just got mopped. Yeah, oh well. I think on that note I'm gonna bounce for a little bit.
That's all.